Now, that won't be included in this deal, but the deal on the table includes funding SNAP benefits for almost a year, as well as funding military construction and getting those government workers their paychecks.
Fox's Mark Meredith. Reopening the government will end the legal battle over SNAP food assistance, providing full funding through next September. Some Americans who rely on it haven't been getting all those benefits this month. Until the shutdown ends, travel will remain a challenge. There are nearly 1,300 more flights canceled or delayed today amid air traffic controller shortages. Some of them weren't going to work. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is questioning their commitment to the job and patriotism.
They'll be paid within 24 to 48 hours of the government opening.
As a U.S. aircraft carrier moves into place off the South American coast to join the ongoing military operation, blowing up boats suspected of smuggling illegal drugs, there's pushback from a key U.S. ally.
Fox News understands from
to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
Once the House gives final approval to funding to reopen the government, President Trump says he'll sign it, as his administration pushes for increased scrutiny on foreign visa applications, flagging those with long-term health issues or an inability to financially support themselves. At the same time, there's a Trump push for more visas to bring more skilled workers into the U.S.
The president on Fox News Channel's The Ingram Angle says he supports the H-1B visa program, allowing American employers to hire foreign workers in specialized occupations. Host Laura Ingram asked about it.
You can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn.
He says we need workers like the hundreds of deported South Koreans who'd been working at a Georgia battery plant.
You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles.
Chris Foster, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures rising the day after the Dow record high close. If Bob Ross was still alive, he might call them happy little auctions, selling some of his paintings for big bucks.
3 paintings by Bob Ross went to the highest bidders for a total of more than $600,000 to benefit public TV stations hurt by cuts in federal funding. One called Winter's Peace that Ross painted entirely during a 1993 episode of his how-to show, The Joy of Painting, went for $318,000 at the live auction in LA. Another painting from the same year, called Home in the Valley, went for almost $230,000. And the third painting, titled Cliffside, sold for about $114,000. Ross died at age 52 of complications from cancer after 11 years hosting his public television broadcast. Monica DeLuca, Fox News.
Nobody hit the Mega Millions jackpot last night. The fortune goes to $965 million. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's all-American truck headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the program. It is November 12th, 2025. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Show producer Fred Cruz. I'm Sergio Sanchez. We got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on standby. And stick around at 7:15. We'll have a chance to speak with a top leader when it comes to water issues and power issues in South Texas. how much power and water we have now, how much might we need near future as we have all this industry that is now in the valley and more on the way. So stick around for that conversation at 7:15. Staff members from the Texas Animal Health Commission are now conducting inspections of cattle trailers on Highway 281 just south of Falfurrias. They're looking for the New World screwworm. They're trying to stop that parasite from affecting cattle and livestock in Texas. The parasite has been identified in hundreds of cases in southern Mexico. Most recently, reports show that it's about 70 miles away from the U.S.-Mexican border. Now, state inspectors are trying to stop the invasive pest from spreading into the rest of Texas. It's 7:06 on the Valley's Morning News. Congratulations to our local Catholic bishop, Brownsville Diocese Bishop Daniel Flores. He's been elected to a national leadership post. The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops picked Flores as a vice president. He will serve a 3-year term, working alongside the conference's newly elected president. At 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. Education note: an appeals court agreeing to hear arguments over the Texas law that requires public schools to post copies of the 10 Commandments in schools.
Senate Bill 10 was passed by the Texas legislature and signed into law by Governor Abbott this summer. Several parents have sued to block the law from taking effect. While those cases have impacted about a dozen school districts in the state, many districts are requiring the donated posters to be installed in classrooms. Lawyers will get to make their arguments in the Texas case and a similar case out of Louisiana before all of the judges on the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans. That will likely happen early next year.
In the meantime, on the left, you've got the ACLU threatening districts to take them to court over the 10 Commandments post. On the right, you got the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton also trying to sue some education leaders.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is suing the Galveston ISD for not displaying the 10 Commandments in classrooms in violation of state law. Paxton said the district chose to ignore the legislature and moral heritage of our nation. A federal judge has blocked 11 school districts from posting them, finding the law to be unconstitutional. ACLU of Texas Attorney Chloe Kemp says they sent a letter warning the remaining 1,200 school districts.
School districts have an obligation to their students to read this judge's opinion and make the decision not to take unconstitutional action. Complying with SB 10 does leave them open to potential litigation.
A federal judge in San Antonio heard arguments last week challenging the law in 14 additional school districts. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
And something for the biology nuts. Newly discovered species of bee has a devilish name to it.
The species is called Megachile lucifer because it sports a pair of little devil-like horns. The bee was found in Western Australia in 2019 and described in a study published in the Journal of Hymenoptera Research. Lead author Kit Prendergast said that she was writing about the insect while watching the Netflix show Lucifer, and the name fit perfectly. I'm Michael Kastner.
There we go. Couldn't name it after a goat or something, too, like a longhorn or something like that. No, she was watching the show. All right. It's 7:09. It's AccuWeather with the time. And big thank you to Dougie and all the gang from Martin Farm and Ranch with Purina Liquid Feed. It's the best, and that's why they carry it at Martin Farm and Ranch, certified dealer for Purina Liquid Feed. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina is joining us, and we got a slight warm-up for today. Any change in the upcoming, the weekend forecast? We got another cool coming up sometime.
Let's see.
I ask it because every day the computer runs seem to be different from time to time.
Well, they run 4 times a day, so we're getting new data in all the time, and things are changing up a little bit here and there. So still warm, upper 80s, mid and upper 80s into Saturday. Sunday, even warmer, low 90s. Records 93. We're forecast to hit 92 in spots.
Oof.
Still 92 Monday, 91 Tuesday.
Oh my goodness.
89 Wednesday.
Well,
88.
Hot week, the week before Thanksgiving week. Then it should be in the
yes. So
that
looks like
is a
it still looks like Sunday, the week leading Thanksgiving week
Yeah.
Sunday still 87, but Monday 76. So the front would come through Sunday night into Monday.
All right. Texas
where it
weather
looks at this point.
Texas weather remains dry for commercial travel. We're good.
Just dry and quiet.
Today and tomorrow. All right. The highs for today should be upper 80s, and same thing for tomorrow. Upper 80s Saturday. Then, look at that. In the 90s, beach weather for Sunday. 90s.
Watch out for rip currents out there if you are headed to the beach.
All right. We'll keep that in mind. Yeah, they get nasty. They get deadly.
Yeah. The National Weather Service is warning about them. So that and wildfire protection, dew points and relative humidity is supposed to drop down, under 20%. So it's going to be very, very dry. So just be very cautious with any ignition sources.
Looking at the menu for today, it's if you like to dip your sandwich in a sauce or in a dip or juice, it's a
au jus.
The jus is French dip day.
Oh, I like French dips.
And it's National Pizza with the Works, except anchovies. I kid you not. That's specifically pizza with the works, except anchovies. That's how they name the day today. But for me, it must have pineapple on it, though.
I was going to say, does that include pineapple?
Yeah. You're good with pineapple, right?
No.
No?
No, I'm not a coconut pineapple guy. Neither of those things.
What, are you allergic to it? I just never with this.
No, I just don't care for the. I just don't care
like
for the
taste?
taste.
Yeah.
And with the coconut, it's the shreds. It's that texture for me.
Oh yeah, I don't like that either. In fact, I think you're the first person ever to tell me or suggest that there might be coconut on pizza somewhere.
No. I'm just saying pineapple and coconut are two flavors. I don't like. Those two pair all the time.
You like Chinese food? Chinese food, like American version Chinese food, which is sweet.
I'll eat some. I like the sesame chicken.
That's kind of sweet and salty.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of like that. It's the salty of the pizza and the sweet of the pineapple. You've never tried it, have you?
No, because I don't like pineapples. So
watch him try.
I'm not gonna force myself.
He breaks out in hives and
listen.
Up.
When I was on TV for a while, I was a weekend meteorologist for a bit on the morning, and we had a cooking segment every day, and it degraded into a contest of whether or not Jay would eat whatever the cook was cooking. So.
You're opposite from Mikey from that. What was that? Life?
Oh yeah,
series? Mikey eats everything. Jay
eats nothing.
He's a picky eater. Yeah. No,
Jay's got a 5-year-old toddler's palate.
God bless your mother, man. She probably had the hardest time trying to keep you fed. All right, pal. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Kettering. The time is 7:13 on the Valley's Morning News. Hey, stick around in just a little bit. We got a top leader. Has plenty of knowledge, plenty of years of experience in water issues and power issues. So we'll take inventory of where we are now and what we might need in the not too distant future. We got a lot of industry here now, like amazing times, and more likely on the way. So stick around. That conversation coming up at 7:15. Meantime, interesting comments from President Trump. He was on the Laura Ingraham show. I believe it was last night. President Trump said that our country does not have enough talented people, skilled individuals to fill all the high-tech jobs that we have.
In an interview on Fox News, Trump said the HB1 skilled worker visa program is needed in the U.S. to bring in talent.
We have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn.
Trump continued telling Fox News host Laura Ingraham, you can't take people off an unemployment line and put them in a factory making missiles. Trump noted this year's raid of a battery factory in Georgia where authorities deported hundreds of South Koreans and said, you're going to need those workers. I'm Michael Kastner.
Yeah. You know, the question that pops up in my head. So what, we need foreigners? We need to bring in foreigners to make our missiles? Is that, or was that just a bad example on his part? Time is 7:15. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Water and power infrastructure. We're taking inventory and see if we can get a shopping list going for what we need near future in South Texas as prosperity is here and industry is coming by leaps and bounds. They're running towards Texas. That's next on 710 KURV.
Do the holiday parties, tailgating, and family get-togethers have your liver working overtime? Let Active Liver help give your liver some relief at Amazon or VitaCost.com, CVS, Meyer Grocery, or ShopRite.
Power, performance, and savings. The Coyote year-end clearance event is on now at Rivetta's Machinery in Donna. For more than 50 years and 3 generations, the Rivetta families proudly served the Rio Grande Valley, and today they continue that tradition with Coyote, a name trusted for power, reliability, and value. Right now, they're clearing out Coyote tractors, zero turns, utility vehicles, and compact construction equipment, all at incredible year-end savings. From the small but mighty 21 horsepower models all the way up to the brand new 140 horsepower Coyote HX 1402, they have the right machine for every job and every budget. And with financing as low as 0% interest and zero down payment with approved credit, there's never been a better time to join the Rivetta's family. Go see why generations of hardworking Texans choose Rivetta's for tractors, equipment, and service that go the distance. Visit them on Expressway 83 in Donna between Hutto and Valverde Roads. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
Your fighting Texas Aggies host the South Carolina Gamecocks. Tune in Saturday morning. Coverage begins at 10 on News Talk 710 KURV.
You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Yes, your station for Texas A&M Fighting Aggie football. We want to say thank you to our many supporters, including Amigo Power Equipment, and big thank you as well to the Burt Ogden Auto Group. You can join us at 710 KURVX and YouTube, Facebook, right? You got them all going right now, Freddie? Attaboy. Let's talk about infrastructure, water, and power. This conversation is a preview of a much longer conversation and panel discussion that we are planning on having on the 19th of this month. It is Foundation for Tomorrow, Infrastructure Demands for the RGV, presented by the Institute for Leadership in Capital Projects. I link up the website i-lincp.org. Go get your tickets. We're meeting in McAllen at Embassy Suites on the 19th at 11:30 in the morning. We will have a panel discussion with folks who are leaders in infrastructure, from highways to drainage, power, and water as well. And joining us in the studio, one of the panelists I look forward to having a longer discussion with and other conversations with in the future, Mark Dombrowski is the Chief Operating Officer for the Brownsville Public Utilities Board. How was the drive to KURV in Mission this morning from Brownsville, Mark?
I was able to avoid a morning rush. So
yeah, that was real early. Got you out of bed.
You got me real early this morning.
The way back, well, on the way back, I hope you don't have any pressing appointments. It might be a little longer drive on the way back. Appreciate you coming to the studio today.
Enjoy being here.
Tell folks real quick, just like in a minute, your background experience with PUB at Brownsville.
Sure. So I've been with PUB as the Chief Operating Officer for about 2.5 years here. Where I work with a talented group of folks, and we take care of the power, water, and wastewater needs for Brownsville and the greater Brownsville area. I've got about 30 years of experience in the industry.
How much water do we use in Brownsville right now?
About 20 million gallons a day.
Okay. Do we get it most out of the Rio? Do we use any desal for that?
We're kind of unique in Brownsville. Okay. We get about 70% of our water from the Rio Grande, and we get about 30% of our water from brackish seawater desalinization. So we pump it out of the ground and we take the salt out.
That was a project from what, like early 2000s, late 90s?
It's been in production since 2004, so about 20 years now.
Very well then. Now, with industry here, the Port of Brownsville just generating all these thousands of jobs. LNG here, our neighbor,
right?
Elon Musk and SpaceX, thousands there, and more on the way. And of course, population growth and rooftops that come as a result of that. Has there been any forecasting done at Brownsville PUB as to how much more water we might need in the near future to meet the demand?
We do. So at Brownsville PUB, we just signed an agreement to provide the water provider to SpaceX. And of course, SpaceX is essentially Starbase. And so we will be, they are constructing a 17-mile pipeline from the Starbase area all the way to the city of Brownsville. We'll provide water with them. And we do have that in our water projections, and it's not as significant as some might think, at least not at this point. We also are the water providers to the Port of Brownsville. So while we don't distribute the water inside the port, we're the wholesaler to the Port of Brownsville. So they've always been a part of our projections. And right now we're okay on our water projections to about late 2030s.
Okay. So right now is 20 million daily, right?
That's correct. I think our peak is about 22 million gallons per day.
22 million daily for Brownsville, with coming online soon with that long pipe, a Starbase, and of course you provide for the port, and with everything taking place right now as far as industry coming here. What do you say 5 years from now? And of course people moving to the area. That's another thing. 25, 30 million gallons a day. What might that be in 5-10 years?
Yeah, I would say probably we've just done our water wastewater master plan, and probably we tend to look a little bit longer than 5 years. If you look at the next 10 to 15 years, we will probably be in the 30 to 35 million gallons per day range.
Where do we get it? More desal?
Well, so we have a couple projects. So
Okay.
we are looking at both optimizing and expanding the Southmost Regional Water Authority, which we are one of the owner operators of, and that could provide some additional water. We're also doing called indirect potable reuse, which is we take our wastewater discharge from our Robindale plant.
Okay.
We're going to run it through a pipe down through Resaca de la Guerra and into our water plant number 1 or number 2,
Okay.
and treat that water. And that gives us another 8 million gallons per day. So you can see just with those two projects, we can meet the future growth of Brownsville.
Is that a done deal where we take, I don't know, the stuff that goes down the sink, clean it up and put it back in?
Well,
Is that a done deal already?
Well, we've got a pretty large grant to cover most of that cost.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, the water that we discharge is actually cleaner than the water that comes out of the Rio Grande.
Okay. Is everybody sold on that? Like, because I would imagine there's like a mental, psychological threshold we need to cross. What? Where do we get this from? Hey, the astronauts drink it all the time, dude. Stop complaining.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what the Rio Grande is. Think about it. It runs dry in El Paso, right? So
You had to remind us of
yeah.
that. We're at the bottom of the Rio,
That's
people.
right.
Yeah. So we get everything from Laredo. Well, Del Rio.
It's nothing new.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly healthy. And it's cheap. So we don't have to drill wells for it, and it's easy to clean. So, yeah.
Mark Dombrowski is the Chief Operating Officer for the Brownsville Public Utilities Board. My guest this morning, he's one of the panelists we look forward to speaking with on November 19th at Embassy Suites in McAllen. It's iLink Up, the Institute for Leadership in Capital Projects. We're having a conversation about infrastructure, from roads and drainage and power and water. Join us for that conversation. The website is i-lincp.org. If you want to get tickets for this conversation, we have other experts showing up and providing us a bunch of engineers and architects and folks that are in contract work will be joining us on that day. Okay, so this $20 billion fund that voters said yes to, right?
Yes.
Over 20 years, which is really literally a drop in the bucket considering the expense. And then there was this meeting a few days back, a water powwow that in the end actually got exciting because you had people from, I believe it was NADBank, I believe. Yeah,
That's correct.
$400 million that were set aside for low interest loans to pay for projects to purify water. So how does any of that help you and the crew at Brownsville PUB and meeting the demand?
Sure. So, and you're correct that the $20 million, which is the Texas Water Fund, which is to fund water infrastructure for all of Texas.
Yeah.
And to put that in perspective, the last number I heard that when I was at the state legislature is we have about $18 billion of projects on the books right now.
Right now.
So $1 billion a year, well, that's a lot of money. It's going to make a huge dent in Texas as a whole. NADBank really specializes in financing around the border cities. And so, so that's kind of more directed towards us.
And is it more weighted toward cities versus ag, or how does because it's like $400 million that they say, okay, it's available for loans.
Right. So
what's the ratio?
I don't know how they divide between agriculture and municipal needs, but the growing need down here is municipalities. And unfortunately, it's coming at the cost of ag.
Yeah.
But certainly we need to provide water to our people and to the industries that are moving here. That's our economy is going from an agricultural economy to more of an industrial economy
Yes, sir.
down here. And so that takes water. And NADBank is one of those sources of funding for those projects.
The $20 billion fund that voters said yes to, we have to get in line and fight. Houston's got their own issues. San Antonio, Central Texas, San Antonio, Dallas, they all got their issues,
Corpus
right?
Christi. About to run out
Oh,
of
my
water.
goodness. Yeah, didn't they lose out on a desal project?
They did. So they had a large desal project they were pushing forward, and Governor Abbott's office was behind it. And the city of Corpus Christi decided that I guess it was too expensive for them, too much risk, and they elected not to participate in the project. So
I heard some friends who are in leadership when it comes to water issues saying Corpus Christi has really put up itself up against the wall on this one. Was this for city water or for industry at the port, or what do they need that?
my understanding is for all of it. That it was a project that would be participated by the Port of Corpus
Yeah,
Christi as well as the city. Right now, they're depending on Choke Canyon and
There
Lake
we go.
Corpus
That's
Canyon.
what was
And
going dry.
both those lakes, I think Choke Canyon is somewhere around 10% of its capacity.
Oof, my
And
goodness.
Lake Corpus Christi is not much better.
Well, that's them. They got their own problems to fix.
They do.
Let's focus on Brownsville and the RGV. Meantime, there seems to be explosive growth in the area because of industry, and Lord knows what that's going to spin off into other ancillary industries that come and feed into that, which means more rooftops and more business and more demand for water. And I want to touch on power real quick with you. Several years back, there was an effort to bring down another power generation station at Brownsville. That didn't, that fell through. Would have been nice to have that now. Is there any effort that we could make, local leadership with state leadership, to maybe set up something like that? Because I understand some big power line that was supposed to come all the way down to us is not. It stops at Corpus. That's the plan right now. So catch us up to speed on power generation now and what we might need in the near future.
Sure. So down here in the valley, it's feast or famine. Most of the time, we have more than enough power down here because of wind. And so most hours during the daytime, power is very cheap. What that has done is caused a lack of investment in power infrastructure in the valley. When the wind doesn't blow, then power gets expensive here because there's fewer power plants. There's been an effort, if we had transmission lines, more transmission coming into the valley. We're at the tail end of the power system here in ERCOT, right? Because we're at the south end. So if we had more transmission lines, we could both export that wind power and import power when the wind's not blowing. And so there are several projects to expand that transmission grid down into South Texas. And the LNG plants and some of the industry we're seeing are the main drivers for that. There's also called the Texas Energy Fund, which actually predates the Texas Water Fund. It's very similar. It was low interest loans to encourage the development of power generation in Texas. Unfortunately, we have no projects here in South Texas at this point that are on that list. But I believe there will be soon. The other good thing we're seeing is some of these industries are looking at coming down to the port, refiners and such. They bring their own generation. And so the excess capacity that they have, they sell into the market. And so we've been talking with several companies along those lines of prospective areas. So we are saying that we may be able to expand some of that power portfolio here at a low cost. Many folks don't realize here in Texas that the way the power works is it's kind of like a difference between buying a car and doing an Uber. In most parts of the country, you make a capacity payment, right? So you buy a car, you make the payment, doesn't matter if you drive it an hour a day or 24 hours a day, right? Costs the same. Well, here in ERCOT, we're an energy-only market. What that means is like Uber. You only pay for the energy you use.
Yeah.
And so if you have a power plant and it's not running 20 hours a day, you're not getting paid. So it disincentivizes the investment for to build power plants.
Thank you for explaining in a way that I can understand. Okay. And I want to buy the car and also make it an Uber. I like to have our own generation, have all the extra juice and put it on the grid down here. There was some talk, I know we're running out of time. There was some talk of small nuclear plants, nuclear power. Might one of those be a candidate for the port down here? They want to set up like 4 or 5 on the coast or something like that.
Right. It's called small modular nuclear reactors, and that is an emerging industry. The Navy's been using small nuclear reactors very safely for years. And so I do see on the horizon a company willing to make an investment come down here. It's a chicken and egg, right? So does the industry show up first or does the power show up first?
I think the industry has shown. I think they're here already, and they're bringing more friends with them. Hurry up, folks. I don't know. The state of Texas convened the legislature again, get it passed. What happened in the last legislature? Did they agree on allowing the 4 or 5 little nuclear plants to pop up, kind of Texas A&M style? Did they approve that?
I don't know. We have 2 nuclear plants here in Texas already.
Yeah.
And
up
so
in Houston and A&M.
right. And so I can see those might be some pilot locations that they might do that. Biggest thing is having the transmission and the cooling for the plants.
Yeah.
And so I think we'll see small modular reactors pretty soon in Texas.
Yeah. By any means necessary. We can also visit on what lawmakers did a couple of sessions back. I understand that they went ahead and approved, as a result of the big freeze, the killer freeze some years back. Well, let's go back to traditional sources and fuels for generating power and get some of those plants. We need an update on that. I look forward to speaking with you next week about
glad
that.
to.
Thanks for stopping by, Mark. Good to see you, sir.
Thanks,
Mark Dombrowski, Chief Operating Officer, Brownsville Public Utility Board. Again, he's one of our panelists next week. Next Wednesday, November 19th. I hope you can stop by Embassy Suites in McAllen. Come and meet him, speak with him about power and water issues. We got Pete Alvarez on road issues, highway issues in the area. Raul Sassin with drainage issues, just some of the folks you can speak with at the iLink Up luncheon and the seminar, and it's interactive as well. Infrastructure issues for South Texas, taking inventory and looking at what we need. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV, your station for Texas A&M football. Sports up next.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business 1 penny at a time.
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. I have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Andrew Monaco here, voice of your Fightin' Texas Aggies, inviting you to stay tuned to The Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez, coming up at 9 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Para-Me app.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The top 5 remain unchanged in the second installment of the college football playoff rankings. Ohio State number 1, followed by Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia to round out the top 5. Drama in Dallas. No, not the Cowboys. After starting the season 3-8 in the trade that sent All-star Luka Doncic to the Lakers. Mavericks fired GM Nico Harrison. Thunder crushed the Warriors by 24, sending Golden State to their 6th straight road loss. After the game, Draymond Green was asked, what's the biggest difference? How they played last season after the Jimmy Butler trade and now.
I think everybody was committed to winning and doing that any way possible. Right now, it doesn't feel that way.
The Knicks hit 22 threes, knock off the Grizzlies to remain a perfect 7-0 at home. Jags rookie Travis Hunter done for the season after undergoing knee surgery. That's sports. I'm Ronza Moss.
AccuWeather says highs for today. And it should be pleasant, but quite a bit warmer. Let's just round it out. Let's face reality. We're going to hit 90 somewhere around here. So AccuWeather says 86, 87. You know how it is. Western Valley should be hitting 90. Same thing tomorrow, about 90, 89, 90, 86 on Friday. Mid-90s by Sunday. Oof. Man, it's going to be hot. Border Bridge wait times as posted on KURV.com. Let's see. Again, these are all wait times coming back to the U.S. No wait times posted for McAllen, Edinburgh, Mission. You know, the bridges, they have not posted. It's not that there's no wait time. They just haven't posted. Brownsville, let's see, 20, 35 minutes B&M and Gateway, and about 10 to 15 at Veterans. Business news check of your money next on 710 KURV. Valley's Morning News is also at Radio Para Mi. It's a free app. Go get it. Listen to 710 KURV on your smartphone. How many properties do you have? How many roofing systems? Chances are they're various systems, different systems. Maybe some buildings built in the 70s, others in the 90s. The materials and the workmanship that went into all that, the upkeep and maintenance through the years, maybe the repairs, all those things. Show all of this to the top experts in commercial roofing systems. Chamberlain Roofing, waterproofing. Hey, look at that. It's in the name. Precisely what you need. Waterproofing that commercial roofing system. So next time you get a heavy downpour, none of that sneaks through some of the holes and fissures and it comes down at you and ruins your day. Stops operations. Nothing will continue until that leak is fixed. Yeah, you don't want computers and you being embarrassed in front of clients. Call Chamberlain Roofing, waterproofing, free inspection. Free inspection. 125 plus years of experience, this team. Free inspection of all those commercial sites and an expert report. Rush style there. Expert report. You know, these people know what they're looking at and they know the materials that went into that. Get all those roofs checked and see what you need near future. If you're about to build something, you need the top expertise, cutting edge roof installation, repair, patchwork, technology, advanced waterproofing solutions. Chamberlain Roofing, waterproofing, 956-655-6178.
Power, performance, and savings. The Coyote year-end clearance event is on now at Rivetta's Machinery in Donham. For more than 50 years and 3 generations, the Rivetta families proudly served the Rio Grande Valley, and today they continue that tradition with Coyote, a name trusted for power, reliability, and value. Right now, they're clearing out Coyote tractors, zero turns, utility vehicles, and compact construction equipment, all at incredible year-end savings. From the small but mighty 21 horsepower models all the way up to the brand new 140 horsepower Coyote HX 1402, they have the right machine for every job and every budget. And with financing as low as 0% interest and zero down payment with approved credit, there's never been a better time to join the Rivetta's family. Go see why generations of hardworking Texans choose Rivetta's for tractors, equipment, and service that go the distance. Visit them on Expressway 83 in Donna between Hutto and Valverde Roads. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
A big thank you to the McCaleb family in Weslaco, Texas. Mark and Carla McCaleb, all the McCaleb clan. 60 plus years, they've been helping folks negotiate that season of loss and separation. It's a very painful season. For me, I've gone twice through that. My parents, my mom, my dad first, 10 plus years ago, 12 years in fact. My mom about 2 years ago. One thing they did, my parents, for me, an only son, they pre-planned it and they prepaid the funeral event. Something that you should consider for your immediate family who will have to deal with this. See, it does make a huge difference. When I sit down with the funeral director and just made a few decisions here and there, everything else pretty much had everything else I've been paid for, and all those time consuming issues related to the preparation of the event, the funeral. Yeah, all that pretty much out of the way. Thanks to mom and dad who made all the decisions. And you should do this as well for your immediate family. Call Carla McCaleb with the McCaleb family. Somebody will come to you wherever you are. It could be at Brownsville or Harlingen, McAllen area. 956-650-2841. Carla McCaleb. It's McCaleb Funeral Home.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
I'm Dom Savino with Your Money Now. General Motors wants out of China entirely, even indirectly. The car maker has ordered thousands of its suppliers to remove Chinese parts from their supply chains. GM has set a 2027 deadline for suppliers to cut all ties with China. Reuters reports that GM is calling it part of a broader strategy to make its supply chains more resilient at a time of on-again, off-again trade tensions between the U.S. and China. This will make the music business fret. A new Ipsos poll found a staggering 97% of listeners cannot distinguish AI-generated songs from human-composed songs. It underscores the growing concern that AI could upend the whole industry. Nearly 75% of respondents also said AI music should be properly labeled. That's after an AI band drew 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify earlier this year. On Wall Street, futures are higher, building off the Dow's record high. That's Your Money Now.
AccuWeather says highs today should be 86, 87. I don't know. I'm thinking somebody's going to hit 90 later in the day. You know how hot it gets in South Texas. Right now, temperatures low 60s. We have Fox News coming up in 2 minutes. You're in tune with News Radio for South Texas, the Valley's Morning News. Join us on that free app. It is called Radio Para Mí, and go find it, 710 KURV. This is the perfect time to go visit with JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment. Amigo Power, home to the number one selling compact tractor in the country. That would be the Kubota L Series. And there's some great financing opportunities if you qualify. Everything that I'm going to tell you, you can find at KubotaUSA.com. Now through December 31st at Amigo Power Equipment, JP and Jeff can help you take home a Kubota L Series tractor and, of course, the performance-matched attachments, whether you need to shred stuff, chop up stuff, or maybe put some fencing out there. All those attachments for the Kubota tractors. Right now at Amigo Power Equipment, and get the amazing Kubota L Series tractor, 0% financing. It's available to you if you qualify. Or you could save up to $6,000 now through December 31st. Again, KubotaUSA.com for all the details. But just stop by and visit with JP and Jeff today at Amigo Power Equipment in Edinburgh on Monte Cristo.
Back to school season is here, and at Zen Asian Bistro in McAllen, we're giving you more reasons to smile through homework, carpools, and busy nights. Right now at Zen, every Monday through Thursday, all day long, kids 10 and under eat free with the purchase of an adult entree at regular price. That means you can treat yourself to fresh, made-to-order sushi rolls, delicious Chinese food, crispy tempura, or mouth-watering noodle bowls, all while the kids dig into their favorites. Now, we all love kids, but this one's just for the 10 and under crowd. And remember, you can get as many free kids meals as you want with the purchase of an adult entree at regular price. 2 kids, 2 paying adults. 3 kids, you'll need 3 adults. Simple as that. Zen Asian Bistro is here for you. No dishes, no grocery run, no what's for dinner debate. Just you, the family, and plates of fresh Zen Asian Bistro flavors brought right to your table. So celebrate a great report card, reward a week of perfect attendance, or just take a break from cooking and let Zen Asian Bistro be your family's weeknight win. We'll see you this week at Zen Asian Bistro in McAllen.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're you're worried about things like low testosterone. Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drtspриmarycare.com.
News and weather information at your fingertips.
Just follow these easy steps.
Log on to KURV.com. KURV.com. News Talk 710 KURV.
As we do everything on our smartphones, we invite you to Radio Para Mi. Get the free app today. Listen to 710 KURV, the Valley's Morning News on your smartphone. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz and Jason Caterina, meteorologist from AccuWeather. Going to heat up things a little bit. Should be in the upper 80s today and tomorrow. News on 710 KURV is a service of the Saxet Gun Show, bringing you the best gun show in the Valley. Saturday and Sunday at the McAllen Convention Center. Don't miss it.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Vote in the House expected later this evening to end the shutdown. The House returns to work after a 7-week hiatus. House Republicans telling Fox
they believe they will have the votes to get this bill to President Trump's desk. He, of course, wants to see the government reopened as soon as possible. The deal on the table includes funding SNAP benefits for almost a year, as well as funding military construction and getting those government workers their paychecks.
Fox's Mark Meredith on Capitol Hill. President Trump asking the Israeli president to pardon Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. That from the Israeli president's office this morning. Prime Minister has been facing a long-running corruption trial, and President Trump has repeatedly asked for a pardon for his close ally. The PM denies the charges, has pleaded not guilty. Nobody won the massive $900 million Mega Million jackpot prize last night. The next drawing is Friday. America's listening to Fox News.
Because the government is still not open and they need final votes and approval to reopen, airport delays and cancellations are expected to continue the next 24 or 48 hours plus.
Flights have been cut since Friday by the FAA due to shutdown-related staffing issues. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the Trump administration is going to look into air traffic controllers who chose not to work during the government shutdown. Roughly 4,000 flights were delayed and more than 1,200 canceled Tuesday, with hundreds of delays and cancellations already piling up across the country today. I'm Monica Nelson.
And this Texas note, up in Central Texas, up in San Antonio, an update on restoration work at the Alamo, marking a milestone.
The Alamo Cenotaph, which towers over the Shrine of Texas Liberty, has been rededicated after a massive restoration effort. Alamo Director Hope Andrade says there's been a 2-year effort to restore the landmark to a pristine state.
Restored, refreshed, and preserved in place.
The work is part of a $500 million plan to overhaul the historic church, and it was more than just a power wash. Crews repaired internal water damage from the elements. Andrade says there is a plan to keep it looking good well into the future.
And a new study showing that weight training may be more beneficial to weight loss and preventing type 2 diabetes than running. The Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Join us online. Radio Para Mi. Go look for the app, Radio Para Mi, and listen on your smartphone. The real estate market has changed. There are many more homes that are being sold now. So buyers, they've got a lot of options. So you need an advantage when it comes to selling your home. Doesn't mean that you as a seller, you got to sit around and wait a long time. Well, if you call the wrong real estate team, yeah, you're going to be sitting around a long time waiting for that home to move. You need the advantage of the Ryan and Brian real estate team. You know, they guarantee to sell your home at a price and a deadline that you guys agreed to, or the Ryan and Brian real estate team will buy that home. Tim in San Juan, he discovered the Ryan and Brian real estate difference. He worked with Jessica from the Ryan and Brian team, and she helped him get that home on the market, get it market ready, and with all the eyeballs and all the ears that they have at the Ryan and Brian real estate team, they have a powerful and very aggressive marketing approach. Every single day reaching the market helps give the Ryan and Brian real estate team an advantage and you the advantage in selling your home. Jessica from the Ryan and Brian team helped Tim sell his home for more than asking price. Man, that could be you. So what are you waiting for? Call the Ryan and Brian real estate team if you got to sell your home. 956-540-2536. Again, 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to Ryan.
Some people say you can't spell destination without destiny. Truth is, a destination doesn't need a why, it needs a when, and that when is now. McAllen flies nonstop to destinations you're destined to love. Dallas, Houston, Las Vegas, Orlando, Los Angeles, Austin, Mexico City, or the beaches of Cancun, with one-way flights starting at $100. Enjoy ticketless tap-and-fly parking, a full bar, and VIP lounge. Your summer destiny is a destination from McAllen International Airport. Fly above, beyond at flymfe.com.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 and Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Share us with your friends on Facebook at